7,456,000 channels have been wiped out and removed from the YouTube Partner Program. In other words, their monetization is gone. And some channels have lost an insane amount of money. Like we're talking life-changing income. Pay your bills income wiped out. Based on the changes YouTube made to the partner program in 2025. And at the time, we weren't really worried because the verbiage, what they said, didn't change all that much. A few slight changes. But now, just in the last few weeks, few months, so many channels have been wiped out, gone, including videos, over 12 million videos deleted from YouTube. So what I want to do is I want to step back and catch you up to what I've been studying for weeks, because I'm in this pivot heading towards AI. And quite frankly, I kind of feel like, wow, that was a huge blow. Like my plan to get a brand new channel monetized is scary. But after doing this research, I've come up with about 14 steps and I feel fantastic. And if you too are worried because you want to leverage AI, you want to tell stories that would be otherwise impossible with the level of production that you can today with the tools we have today, then I guarantee these steps in order will put your mind at ease and give you direction. Number one, we really want to think about the production level and how we really think about creating YouTube videos. We're going to make a lot of decisions based on creating something unique and different and something that stands out from the rest of the channels that are using the same tools that you'll use, that I'll use, that all AI creators use, and that's the difference. So as we talk about voiceovers, I'm going to explain exactly the very best thing to do, the second best thing, and so on. I'm going to explain how to structure your channel, again, so you're safe. And that begins with one very important video that we're going to link across a brand new channel or the channel we already have. And if you do this, you're just setting yourself up for success. And here's what's fantastic. I feel so much better. Like for the last few days, it's really nerving. So we're going to link to this one video in the About page. On YouTube, when you go to a channel, there's an About page. And you can link to this special video, so if someone accesses your channel and they're reviewing your channel, and they're wondering, is this channel a channel that really belongs in the partner program? This one video is going to save you. So first, let's just talk about what this video is, what it does, how it works, and so on. You want to create a video that really expresses that this is a channel that's created by a human being. It's not a pipeline production. And even if you're using tools to craft and create and output a script or a voiceover, you want to make sure that you have narrative control and you're making decisions, and you structure the channel and this one video to really highlight that. So for example, you might say, and I've got some notes here, excuse me, you might say, hey, this is Brian G. Johnson, and on this channel, I research, I write with the help of AI, and I edit extensively historical videos, story-based videos, whatever the direction of your niche is. And in doing this, you're telling the person that's looking at your channel in a very human way, hey, this is who I am, this is what this channel is about, and this is the important part. This is what makes it unique. The idea is we're going to build the channel in a very specific manner that makes it unique, and one big word, brandable. Now this is a word that other channels people are talking about, think media, but I want to explain exactly how to do that. Oh, brand your channel. Let's talk about how to brand a channel at a super high level. And we're not just talking about making an avatar. We're talking about a number of decisions you can make to stand out and create something that is unique and stands on its own merit, and it can't be copied. That's the difference. Okay, so think about this video that you're gonna make, right? You're gonna make a 90-second, 2-minute video, and you're gonna say, hey, my name is Brian, and I'm the person behind this channel. And I do the work. I research, I write with the help of AI. I craft and create images by myself with prompts, all in a congruent manner to really tell the story that I want to tell that otherwise wouldn't be possible. That's why I'm excited today about AI. In fact, I've literally been building my own production suite to really craft and create great content. So it is congruent. And like what we have today is incredible, but it doesn't matter if you don't do these steps. So the second thing is, again, you want to talk about the research. I researched this. Now, there are some really powerful things that you can do, again, to stand out. If you really think about just a few things, like the goal here is to craft and create something with high-level production. And if you think in this manner, you'll start to stand out. It's unavoidable. So for example, a lot of the very best channels, and literally like production TV, Netflix, documentary style videos, they let you know what you're watching.
In the absence of AI and robotics, we're actually totally screwed.
We are working to build tools that one day can help us make new discoveries and address some of humanity's biggest challenges, like climate change and curing cancer.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Cold Fusion. Here's a question. How can AI
Have you ever heard of a channel named Cold Fusion? Incredible documentaries. Now, what's interesting is this is a channel, and when you watch, there's an intro, a hook, and then they mention you're watching
we'll take a
Cold
look at the study
Fusion
in detail and discuss what it all means.
You are watching Cold Fusion TV.
So the
And it's
synopsis
a
of the
different
study was
voice, and it grounds the user, and it lets you know where you're at, and this is a unique viewing experience. There's another channel, I believe it's AI Revolution, and they do the same thing, and they make these decisions, and they use and create assets. So the stinger, a channel stringer would be you're watching Cold Fusion. Or for me, it might be like you're watching History with Brian G. Johnson. And here's the thing. A lot of channels are doing this. And if that's where it ends for you, I don't think it's good enough. I think it's too easy for someone to say, well, this is History with David, which this is a tactic that's going around. And the idea is good, but the implementation is even more powerful and really more important. Don't just say History with David. Have the audacity to create the video I mentioned that you link to in your About page, that you link to in each individual video's description, really explaining who you are, what you do, what makes this channel different, and the brand direction. Okay, now if you do these things, you immediately separate yourself because the person reviewing your channel is going to run into the video and you're sitting down talking to the camera, explaining what makes your channel different. And here's the thing, this is the very best way to do this, and if you're afraid of that, I get it. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to play smart and feel good about what you're making and worry a whole lot less when it comes time for monetization, then stepping through this fear and making it happen is how to make it happen. Now, another thing you can do is edit. Spend a little time learning how to edit, how to piece things together so you do have high production. That's the thing. Think about viewers on YouTube. Do they want to watch a channel that mass produces thousands of videos on a monthly basis across 7 channels? Probably not. Are they excited to sit down and watch a video that is between 30 and 90 minutes covering the history of Rome or Caesar and really took the time to dive deep and understand? Like, for example, did you know that July is based on Julius Caesar's name, Julius July? Did you know that a C-section is, for Caesar? And there's just on and on. And if you do the research, right, this is another way that you can mention in the video you create, and even better in the videos you produce. Now, I know this sounds like a little extra because it is a little extra because a lot of people ruined it. There's too much AI slop on YouTube. And what we're going to do is we're going to separate ourselves from AI slop by creating extensively researched, highly written, smart videos that stand out. So what you can do is you can do the research to back up with citations, just like they do when they write a big important paper. At the end of the paper, there are citations. This is where I learned this from. And you can do the same thing in your video. Even if you use AI, do it smart. Separate yourself from the crowd and you're going to feel so much better. So find a site that's got great resources based on history or whatever the subject you want to cover. And at that point, you are separating yourself from all the other channels. And you can have a lower third in your video explaining, hey, this information that we're talking about was sourced here. That is authoritative. That is like a human being took the time to figure it out. And you echo that same very thing in the 90-second to 2-minute video that you link throughout your channel. Is this making sense? And this is really how to make this happen. You think about all the decisions you can make to separate yourself and create that strong brand. So for example, number one, with a strong brand, it's not just about an avatar. It's about the direction, the vision, what you're trying to achieve, and what makes it premium. You know, I ask channels, well, what's your channel about? What makes it unique? Oh, I do gameplay videos, or I make documentaries about this, and that's okay back in the day, but it's not enough anymore, especially with AI. So these are the small extra steps you can take to solidify your channel, to separate yourself and more. So number one, have the brand stinger. You're watching Cold Fusion, or you're watching history with Brian G. Johnson TV, whatever the name of your channel is. Like, you can't have a generic sounding channel and think it's okay, because it's not. You have to separate yourself. And then create the avatar. Now, here's something really powerful. I've mentioned 2 channels. One is documentaries. It's called Cold Fusion, and it's incredible. And the voiceover, it is unbelievably good. So the very best thing you can do to separate yourself from the crowd is practice your delivery on camera or off camera, but record your voice. And as you do this more and more, you'll get more proficient. It'll sound better. And again, it'll separate you. That's the best thing you can do. Cold Fusion does that. Now, what if you don't want to put yourself on camera? You don't want to record your own voice. I get it, because my goal was incredibly high production, 100% AI, and that's a bit scary. So what you do is you do not use the same voice. I can't believe this is even a thing. Like, if you take the lazy approach, you get the lazy response. Nope, denied, you're not in the partner program. Why would anybody, and I shouldn't even say this, but it's honestly how I feel. I don't think it makes sense just to go to 11 Labs or another AI tool and get the same type of voiceover that you've already heard. I see channels too, because I've been researching extensively. I'm like, oh, this is a great channel, and I literally watch, like so many people, millions and millions of views, life-changing income. But then I find another channel and I'm like, oh, interesting. It's the same voice as that other channel I like. Huh, it's the same format. Oh, and they're uploading at the same cadence. It's like, oh, all the decisions are made based on easy. And this just is not easy when you don't get into the program. And I know it's a pain in the ass, but like, if you want to be safe, then the thing to do is take all these steps that I'm breaking down and think about how you can apply them and what you're willing to do to get there, right? So for me, it's like, I'm going to use an AI voice, but maybe I'll introduce my own videos. Maybe I'll be on camera for 10 seconds, do a voiceover, talking about what the story is, and then hand it over to AI. At that point, now I'm in the video, now it's my voice, and so on. And all of these things, it's all about premium, highly brandable video experience that you can only get on this one channel. You know, this is now Future Creators with Brian G. Johnson. Isn't that ironic that when I pivoted a month ago, this is the format I chose for my channel name? Here's why. I didn't even know this at the time, but it is absolutely the direction you want to go. And it's not History with David. That's ridiculous. It's your full name. So Future Creators, because there's a lot of other channels based on Future Creators or Future Tools with Matt Wolf. Like, exactly. Did you see what I did there? He's branded. He's on his channel. He's communicating. That creates safety for the partner program, and you can get in and you can make it happen. That's how you want to move forward today, in my opinion. So by doing these things, you're really going to safeguard yourself. You also want to include in your 90-second to 2-minute video information about where you source your materials, how you create them, the licenses you have, and so on. For example, music. I highly recommend you use music and sound effects. Like, instead of thinking mass produce, pump it out, slow down, and create premium, you're more likely to not run into trouble. Fantastic. Instead of going mass production, slow down, and then source your materials, your music. Instead of using Suno, which is, we'll talk about that in a future video, use a regular music subscription so you hold the license. And then in that 90-second to 2-minute video, you mention like all the video is created by me. Everything is created for the video specifically. I don't like reuse content again and again. I create it once, I put it in my video. It's a unique viewing experience, engineered by myself. And then you add, and you can add all the sources. I get the music here, I have a license here, I had the scripts written in this particular manner, the citations come from these websites, and it makes it more authoritative and it makes it safer for you. And then, as I mentioned, you want to include your name in the channel. And for goodness sakes, the more you're willing to put yourself in your channel and in your videos, the better. Now, I honestly believe in a lot of cases, it doesn't make sense to put yourself or create your own voiceover, because I think you probably could do better with the technology we have today when it comes to voiceovers if you do use a premium tool like 11 Labs, or find the very best AI voice generator possible and use that. But what you do want to do is have the audacity to put yourself on camera and explain and make that video, that 90-second to 2-minute video, about how these videos are created and what I do to make these videos, because that keeps you safe. You know, the channel name needs to reflect who you are, and you want to make that name real for people. How do you do that? Well, I can guarantee you, if I see History with David, it doesn't mean anything, and I can't connect David to any real person because it doesn't exist. Like, here's the thing, gang. Like, this is Brian G. Johnson TV evolved. This is Future Creators. This is about a premium experience using premium tools, so viewers, they lay back and they dig while they watch the videos that we produce, and it's a lot safer. You know, we can feel good about what we're creating. And when we do that, like putting a real name in the channel, like, I don't want to tell you the channel I'm going to create, because I want to show you that it's possible. I'm going to create this channel. I'll tell you about the different software apps I've been creating, all the things I'm doing to create this premium experience. If someone looks at my channel and they review it and they're like, oh, the channel name is this, with Brian G. Johnson, I was going to say TV, but with Brian G. Johnson, well, then they can look online, is Brian G. Johnson a real person? Oh, he's got another YouTube channel that's monetized, He's got 160,000 plus subscribers. He's been around a while. He's written a few books. Do you see what I'm saying? Now you might think, well, I can't do that. That's not the point. The point, listen, like you can do this. I didn't start being an author. I wrote a book, right? That doesn't mean you need to write a book. It means you need to establish a real personal brand, and you want to attach your real name to one, maybe two channels to establish authority and human engineered. And when they look at and research your name, they're going to find what you've done. Or you could also like link to a channel you already have where you are on camera. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I know this kind of is not the faceless channel blueprint that is so lucrative, not lucrative, that is so appealing because you're autonomous, you're anonymous. That's the word, anonymous. But it's the direction that keeps us safe. And for me personally, like this is what I'm excited to teach. I'm going to be honest, I was freaking out for days. I've been working on software, trying to figure out, like researching video generation, Kling and VEO 3.1, all the technologies, dialing in my voiceover for months, not months, weeks, because I already knew that it's just a smart way to build. But now it's like, of course, that's what you have to do. You know, when I started my journey, I knew I had to have something that was highly unique and different. So when you go to 11 Labs, you don't choose a voice that's made because you can be done and you're lazy. You spend a day and you craft a great voice that is unique to you, and you're the only one that can use it. And you only use it on your one specific channel. That's it. Another thing you could do is you might want to also include your face in the channel art. I think this is just a really smart thing to do. It separates you. Especially like the more I think about this, the more I just feel better, right? Because like look, I don't have anything to hide. I'm creating something that's unique. And as I say this, I just want to step back and say this. If you're an AI creator and you lost monetization, this is the path forward. These are the steps to take to safeguard yourself. This is how you produce videos in the future. This is how you update your channel art right now to separate yourself. You make the video I'm describing. You do all these things and you have something that you can feel good about. Like, because yesterday I didn't feel good. Like literally for the last month, since I made the last Brian G. Johnson TV video, I have been hard at work researching, figuring out, and I know it's been a little bit of a too long of a break from that video, but I can only go as fast as I go. And I'm not going to come here and just spew stuff based on just research. I have to be in it, doing it, figuring it out, and taking steps to move forward. And when I'm doing that, then I'll come here and I'll report back. So that's where I've been. And you know, I was really freaking out, like building this software for a month that would allow me to really create unique and different scripts. Not because I'm trying to game YouTube, but because it just makes sense. So, you know, these are the things I'm thinking about. And honestly, you know, YouTube is a nerve-wracking game. Being an entrepreneur, scary. Stepping out and doing things in the face of fear, hard. And I've been in a lot of fear, and it's just because I didn't have the path figured out. You know, but I kept showing up. I kept asking AI specific questions to guide me through this process. And now I feel great because it makes sense to me. It didn't make sense before because I didn't have it all figured out how to make sure, and this is the point that is most important. How do I make sure I build a channel so when the person reviewing my channel has to run into the fact that this is me, this is what the channel is about, and it's unique and different? If you don't have that figured out, don't create an AI-driven channel in 2026. I don't think it makes sense. But if you follow this blueprint, I feel like you should feel safe because there's nothing, sneaky that you're doing. You're just trying to create the very best viewing experience possible. Another thing you want to do is you want to build out your videos, your documentaries, your story in the unique way I just described. I don't want to start a video about Caesar like AI is going to write the story. It's just going to go straight to how things ended unless you're very specific and you do research to identify what made Caesar unique. Why? What was the timeline? When did he cross the line? When things went from they loved him till they hated him till they felt like they had to kill him. Incredible. Like, that's what you want to figure out. And use AI to do that. Who wouldn't? It would be ridiculous not to. But do it in a smart, ethical way and you'll be fine. So when you do that, that's how you script. Create a system where you're not using a template system. This is something that YouTube talks about. If it looks like every video follows the same exact template, you're in trouble. But if you create stories that are very unique to the individuals, the people, what happened, Chernobyl, for example, another story I would love to tell. And it's so funny because it's like, I already knew this. I don't want to tell the same story that I was so fascinated by when I watched the when I watched the HBO Max series, Chernobyl. I want to create something unique and different. I want to tell the story through a unique lens that makes the viewing experience, one, recognizable. This is what they came for, but did you know this? This is the real story. Like Caesar's fascinating. People think, Caesar was a politician. He was not. He was a general. And what happened was the system was broken. He figured out how to leverage the system and he grew too powerful. And, when does the story transition? The more you can really focus and slow down and make great videos, the better off you're going to do. And if this sounds like it's hard work, it is. And, a little bit of effort will go so long in the future. These are the things you simply want to do. And then when you go to monetize, you're going to be safe. Here are a few thoughts. Do not mass produce and just pump out videos. Do not do the stories. You have AI read stories from Reddit. You will not get in no matter what you do because it's lazy and anybody could create that experience. Think about this. If your channel doesn't stand out on its own, and if it looks like every other channel, you're in trouble. That's why your full name and the channel direction. History documentaries with your full name or stories with your full name. Your channel art with your picture. The video you submit but the video you create and publish to the channel based on how I make these videos, boom, good to go. And then you make sure the reviewer has to see that. You put it in all the places. Video description, pin a comment, all the things. And in the about section, and you're going to be absolutely good to go. Here's a no-brainer. You have to click the box yes, this is AI synthesized video. When you upload, there's a process. Check the box. It's good practice. You got to play by the rules. So there you have it, gang. It's good to make this video. It's been a little bit challenging over the last month since I made the last video, but we're moving forward. I feel great about AI, and there's all kinds of ways to use AI, and that's it. Welcome to the new channel, Future Creators with Brian G. Johnson. I'll see you on the next one. You dig? Peace, power, progress, poodles.